What was the one transaction that changed everything for you? Like that, darn, it's the time. Man, there was one transaction or investing that made you say, okay, you know what? Light bulb went off. Light bulb, it was the thing. It changed. It was a pivotal point in your journey.
Oh, man. I feel like, along the way, you're going to have a lot of those ding dings,
Of course, it is.
I would say there was good thing real estate's not like children. You can have a favorite. And I would say that for me, one of them was this little house that I bought in Berrytown. So at the time, it was during COVID, and I remember looking at the house, and of course, I wanted my parents to come look at it with me. And there were so many people looking at it too. And at the time, I thought that I was overpaying for the house at $110,000. So it was a 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath, a little over 1,000 square feet on 0.3 acres. And it's minutes to Anchorage, which for those of you who are not familiar, it has its own school district, and
it's the wealthiest zip code
One of the
in Kentucky.
yeah.
We're close.
Yes.
Top 3. Yes.
Yes. And this was just like the little, I guess you can say it's the hood. I don't know if you want to write that out, but it was like the hood of Anchorage, right? Because just by price point, 110 to 600,000 plus at the time, right? And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm overpaying for this house. And I either paid 110 or 120. Anyways, now it's more than the value has doubled. And I'm like, I couldn't believe that at the time. I thought that I was overpaying for it. And now I'm so thankful that I did it when I did. And so I wish that I came to that realization sooner, but sometimes you have to let some time go by to really be able to look back and say, whoa, I'm glad I did that when I did. And it didn't really need a whole lot of work either. So I think the last time I had to rinse it out, I got $1,800 or something for that. And I thought, yeah, and it's doubled in value. So I got my cash flow and my appreciation.
I was going to ask if it was a particular property, but I realized I was going to buy one in Berrytown. I bought some over in that area before, but I looked at one years and years ago, probably before, before 2012. And a realtor friend told me about it. He said, you got to go see this house. It's a good bargain. He said, and it's got a pool.
Oh,
So I thought, that sounds great. 50, 60,000 was the asking price. It's got a pool. It's right near Anchorage. It's like, yeah, I'm going to buy this thing. And then when I get there, I find out the pool is in the basement.
Oh.
The whole thing had just flooded and had standing water, and it wasn't exactly a pool.
So then next time we have a flooded basement, we're going to say indoor pool.
Indoor pool.
Okay.
Literally said that.
I don't know if he was joking or if someone told him, the listing agent may have told my realtor.
He might have been joking.
And then it relayed to me that there was a pool. And this is awesome. And I get there and it's just 4+ feet of stagnant, dank, nasty water.
Did he have a straight face when he told you?
No, I was on the phone, so I don't know. I think he thought it was really a pool, and I was excited. I get there, it wasn't a pool, but I did pass on that property. But it's one of maybe a handful. I think I should have bought. We could have pumped it out, drained it, see what was going on. But it was a bank foreclosure. It was as is where it is. You couldn't do any inspections. You couldn't. They want you to pump the water out.
Yeah.
So I probably did about a similar house to what you got for half deal because they were asking 50, 60 at the time. So probably half the price. Maybe more work than what you had, but
No, that's the price of the car now. That's thinking.
There's some mid-level cars are cheaper than some of the houses we bought when we first invested. Or sorry, the houses we bought are cheaper than these mid-level cars.
Speaking of cars, my dad once asked me, he said, Daddy needs to get a new truck. Do you think I should just get a loan, or do you think I should buy a house and make the house pay for my car? I was like, dude, Dad, really?
What was going to help?
So, Jessica, you're writing a book, and the book is called The Deal That Almost Broke Me. Okay. What would that book contain? What stories would that book contain, or is there one story?
The deal that almost broke me. Are you talking about the realtor side, mentally?
We had the ones financially, mentally, emotionally, anything.
Well, this is an investor tribe, so think about it from that lens. But or it could be, just keep it there. Because as real estate agents, yes, there is I wrote that book every year, every 6 months. So, but from an investor standpoint, what would be the deal that almost broke
To be honest, I would say I've fairly been conservative in my underwriting because I don't want to take on more headache. Even though that's funny because every tenant is a new headache. But I would say my least favorite deal is a fourplex that I bought. Let me think for a second if there's anything else I hate worse than that one. I mean, everyone's like, oh, I want to get into multifamily, but this is just my opinion. And it could be just the situation because I ended up buying something where I had a guy who wanted to sell and I was like, well, maybe I could buy for you because I did the numbers and it actually worked, even at like a 6 or something % interest rate, right? I cash flow after factoring in my taxes, insurance, expenses, vacancy, all that. Okay. But there's 4 water heaters, 4 furnaces, 4 air conditioning, and it's questionable the age of the HVAC units.
And 4 personalities.
4 tenants, yes.
Well, actually, there's also 4 toilets, right? And there's also probably at least 3 people living in each unit. And I get to foot the water bill and the trash. And there were roaches. But I didn't think about all of that because I was like, it cash flows. And I needed to buy something. So I bought it. And did I mention none of them speak English?
The roaches or the tenants?
The tenants, but definitely the roaches did not speak English.
Yeah.
No, they did not. I had to mute them a couple of times. And here's a quick tip too. No one actually explained to me that a one-time roach treatment was not sufficient. You need to follow up because then they have eggs and then the babies hatch. And I was wondering, how come my treatments didn't work and I had to keep, calling